This is a CBS 4 News update.
Good morning. I'm Maribel Rodriguez. A ranking Miami-Dade police officer is in trouble with the law this morning and is expected in bond court to face some serious charges. Lieutenant Braulio Gonzalez has been arrested and charged with 4 counts of lewd molestation of a child under the age of 12 and 1 count of armed kidnapping. Director of Miami-Dade Police Juan Perez issued this statement after hearing the news yesterday, saying today is a result of an ongoing investigation. Detectives from our Special Victims Bureau arrested a member of our agency. To say that I am shocked and disturbed at these serious allegations is an understatement. As I have said before, no one is above the law, and I offer the victim in the case my assurance of our commitment on a thorough investigation. The abuse case came to light after the victim told a therapist about the ordeal. Now to a CBS 4 News health alert. Officials say teenage use of e-cigarettes is reaching epidemic levels. The $15 billion industry is now being told to address a problem or risk having the flavored products pulled off the market. The Food and Drug Administration says recent data points to a sharp rise in underage use of the devices. E-cigarettes are vapor-emitting devices generally considered to be a less dangerous alternative to smoking real cigarettes.
Without the regulation, without understanding what the byproducts of the chemicals are, we're not going to move forward on this issue, and we're harming our youth.
5 of the latest e-cigarette manufacturers have 60 days to come up with a plan to stop underage use of their products.
Now, CBS 4 weather with meteorologist Lisette Gonzalez.
Good morning, and we are tracking Hurricane Florence, which made landfall around 7:15 a.m. this morning near Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. It is just pounding the Carolina coast here with torrential rain, damaging gusty winds that have led to some power outage already. And also, we're dealing with the potential for tornadoes on the northeast quadrant. And this is a large hurricane, and it is going to be a long duration event as we're expecting the impacts from Florence through the weekend, possibly even into early next week. As we look at the latest satellite imagery, you can see now that eye is moving onshore, and it is bringing some gusty winds, reportedly up to 90 miles an hour so far. Category 1, and it is barely moving. It's just crawling to the west at 6 miles an hour, and forecast to continue just sliding down south slowly as we head throughout the day today, and just continuing to drench the southeast coastline here as we head into your Saturday. It will likely become a tropical storm tomorrow and then weaken into a depression by Monday, and as it moves towards the north and then is steered towards the north and east by a frontal boundary that then will lead all that moisture to soak parts of the mid-Atlantic and the northeast throughout the entire next week. So looking at some of the peak wind gusts as high as 105 miles an hour earlier near Wilmington, and now we're seeing that wind gust around 87 miles an hour near Wilmington, 70 in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Storm surge already taking place, and in some areas could see storm surge of 7 to 11 feet above ground. Not only that, we have flash flood watches, warnings in effect due to the potential for torrential rain, historic rain possible here, especially around the North Carolina, South Carolina coast, possibly 15 to 30 inches up to 40 inches. Tropical Depression Isaac, in the meantime, weakened this morning. It's moving west 15 miles an hour, still bringing some rain to parts of the Lesser Antilles. It'll continue to move to the west through the weekend across the Caribbean, possibly just south of Hispaniola, then could be headed towards or near Jamaica as we get into late Sunday and early Monday morning. At least that's what most of the models are in agreement with, that general west and west-northwest direction. And then we'll have to keep a close eye on it as we get into a later time period, as some of the models are steering it a little bit more towards the north or out into the Gulf of Mexico. Certainly one we'll be watching. In the meantime, it's a nice start for much of South Florida as we look from our Windjammer Resort camera. Lauderdale by the sea, a mix of sun and clouds. 80 degrees in Miami, 78 in Fort Lauderdale, 83 in Key West. It's warm, it's muggy, a couple of showers here and there near the Keys, around the Middle Keys and Upper Keys. Highs climb to the low 90s today. And yes, there is a potential for scattered storms. We are going to see some downpours in spots this afternoon, especially into the evening possibly. So small craft caution for boaters dealing with those seas 4 to 6 foot swells due to the indirect impacts from Florence. So those higher wave heights leading to those long north to northeast swells leading to rough surf. Dangerous rip currents likely as we head into the weekend. Keep that in mind. Just look out for those flags flying. And for boaters, hazardous marine conditions will be likely, especially today into tomorrow. Now, as we head into the weekend, we'll be hot and steamy, highs in the low 90s. We'll still see the potential for scattered storms for your Saturday, spotty storms on Sunday.
Lisette, thank you, and that's the news for now. You can always find us on CBSMiami.com and tune into CBS 4 News at 5, 6, 7, and 11 for all of today's important headlines.